It's the Illegal Elbow Show.
All right, people, we're back. Been a long while, man. Good to be back, though. Good to see you guys. Lots of good fights in this card, man. I'm gonna run down the ones that I don't run down the entire card. You know what I mean? Just letting you guys know ahead of time. I don't run down the entire card. I run down the fights that are most significant to me. You know, I don't want to sit here and talk about somebody that I don't really know much about because it's pointless. George Sotiropoulos taking out KJ Nunes. It's an interesting matchup because George Sotiropoulos has great groundwork. KJ Nunes, more of a stand-up guy, striker, you know. Sotiropoulos is good on his feet. I mean, don't get me wrong, but he capitalizes on the ground. So, I like I said, interesting fight. I want to say KJ Nunes because I believe Sotiropoulos is coming off of 3 knockout losses, if not just 2. And that's not good because KJ Nunes is going to come gunning for you if he hears that. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he knows about it. Nate Marquardt taking on Hector Lombard. Very interesting fight. We've seen bad performances from both guys. Hector recently. Nate Marquardt looks to be doing pretty good, even though he's, you know, it's been a little while since he's been in there, but not no ring rust factor or nothing like that. But it's been a little while since we've seen him. So, you know, as far as a winner, it's really hard to say, man. Because what Lombard are we going to see? What Nate Marquardt are we going to see? I mean, it's really hard to say, man. I think it's a great matchup, though. You got 2 guys that are pretty close in experience. Records are very close, and they're right at that point where the both of them are really doing well, but you know they got drawbacks to them. So I think it could make for a really, really good fight. If Nate Marquardt's able to hang in there and go to the later rounds, Hector Lombard I think will be in trouble. You know, gas tank might be running a little bit low, and Marquardt don't have gas tank issues. So I think it could be pretty interesting if it goes, you know, 3rd round. I don't know. We'll see, man. Lombard's used to knocking people out, you know, inside the 1st round and moving on from there. And we've seen him have trouble when it goes several rounds. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Tim Bosch, CB Dalloway. I believe CB Dalloway is stepping in for somebody. I don't remember who, but interesting fight. I think CB Dalloway's been doing pretty good lately. Nothing amazing, but I mean Bosch's last really great fight I thought was with Okami. You know, Okami was just killing him the whole fight, and Tim Bosch just, you know, dug deep and said, "Man, I got to do something here in the 3rd and turn it around, or it's over." You know what I mean? So, and he's been a little on shaky legs since then. So, I'm gonna say Tim Bosch. You know what I mean? Because in the striking area, I think he'll win. But CB Dalloway, I mean, so good with submissions. Seems to be a little bit better striker these days too, even though I'm sure he still needs a lot of work in that area. But I don't know. You know, it's UFC is getting to the point. You know, for a while they've been to the point where it's like these matchups. They're not just, you know, decent matchups nowadays. I mean, they're getting to the point where it's like the exact guy needs to be facing this guy. You know what I mean? Perfect matchup. You know, it's really an awesome time for UFC right now with their matchups because every one of them, to me, it's almost like every one of them makes sense. You know, it makes sense why these 2 guys are going head to head. You know, it's not just a let's put a card together, you know, and hope for the best, man. It should be good. Or let's put together a card that we know is going to have a lot of finishes, a lot of knockouts. You know, they're beyond that. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know much about Daryl Montague. Never heard of the guy, so I apologize for that. But I do like Dodson. He's a, you know, flashy, very talented athlete style fighter, all over the place. So obviously it'll be exciting. But I want to see what this Montague dude has, you know. So it'd be interesting, man. Sean Jordan taking on Gabriel Gonzaga. Gonzaga looking good lately, besides the Travis Brown. Lost to Travis Brown I was really bummed out by because I thought that Gonzaga took a lot of nasty elbows, you know, to the wrong spots too. Side of the head, back of the head. And I mean, with intent to kill. So, very close in experience, man. Sean Jordan's a run and gun type of dude, man. I hope he's got good wrestling because Gabe Gonzaga on the ground, I think, will capitalize. Could be a really rough night for Sean Jordan, I'm thinking. But, hey, man, if he comes in with the jackhammers early and gets started, hopefully he doesn't wear himself out. I don't believe he has the best gas tank there is either. So, I'm going to say Gabriel Gonzaga for that one. I think he is a better all-around fighter. You know, he's a good striker, and he's good on the ground. Sean Jordan is good on the ground as well, but submission aspect, I really don't know. You know, I haven't seen good submission work from Jordan, so I'm thinking he's lacking in that area, you know. Really, another really interesting fight, man, great fight, is Gilbert Melendez taking on Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez, when this kid is on, he's tough as nails, awesome guy, weird. Weird. I don't know if you guys see interviews with him or, you know, behind the scenes, like, you know, on those shows, where the primetime shows and stuff like that. Kind of a weird dude, you know, ultra nice guy though, cool guy. You see a different guy in the cage than you do outside, you know, when he's at home being himself and he's not mean mugging, you know, ready to go. You know, so, but Gilbert Melendez, you know, showed a great fight when he fought, Ben Henderson. Gilbert Melendez, I thought, looked great in that fight. Had a good chance of winning too, but you know, it's one of them things. You know, you got to beat the champ, and you know, you got to take the belt from the champ in order to win it. So, without a finish, that's tough to do. So, but Gilbert Melendez, I give him the edge in this fight. You know, I think he's just better trained. You know, I think he's a more well-rounded athlete, more well-rounded fighter, and Diego Sanchez does have some holes. You know, that we've seen over the years. Over the last few, you know, 4 or 5 years, especially. So I do give it to Gilbert Melendez. I think it's going to be a kick-ass fight, though. I'm going to say decision. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be any kind of a knockout or submission, which I could be wrong, but I think these guys are both well-trained enough to stay out of submissions from each other and good enough to be going head-to-head all the way through. By the way, I got a new camera. You can see it, high definition. I really, really like it. I recommend it. People, you want to go out and spend, I think it's about $219 I spent on it. I bought a couple other things too. Bill came to about $250 something. I bought a card. Yeah, that's what it was. The SD card that goes in it. SD card prices come down a lot. So if you guys are intimidated by SD card cameras, you know, I've had this one a couple days now, and a couple days is not really a great amount of time to really give something a fair review, but so far so good, man. It's been really good. It's got great effects to where if it's really, really low light situation, it has like a backlight, you know, a guy that would just want a good picture would not really be interested in. Basically, without the proper term, a great backlight feature, because when I don't have that feature on, it's dark as all get out in here, but you can see it's light enough for this video, so. But anyway, moving on, man. JVC GZ300, I believe it is. Great camera. You know, as you can see, I'm pleased with it. So anybody out there doing videos wants to bump it up to a high def, you know, and you're way behind like me, there you go. It's a good one to work with. So, and it takes great shots outside, man. It's natural sunlight, beautiful shots. Roy Nelson, Daniel Cormier, man. I think it's a really good matchup. The only thing I don't like about this fight is the spot-on consistency of Daniel Cormier and the total inconsistency of Roy Nelson. That's what I really don't like about this fight. Roy Nelson, I do believe, is just as good a wrestler as Daniel Cormier, but he's abandoned his wrestling game, which I do believe in his training camp for this, he should have upped his wrestling, just for defense purposes. I do believe, you know, this will be toe-to-toe striking, I think, for a lot of it. But, you know, Roy wants to throw, wants to punch. But I think if Roy's going to come in there with a solid head, solid, you know, game plan and a solid, you know, brain, he's going to have a little more wrestling in his repertoire for this fight, in his game plan for this fight, which he should. He really should, because you can't go in there just as a striker trying to box people and trying to not even box. It's not even called. It's sloppy ass punching is what it is, really. But they're powerful, man. And the guy, I'm giving the guy credit. I'm a fan of the guy. I'm a fan of Cormier also, man. Cormier's looks spot on, man. You can't, you know, he's a train coming through. You'd be lucky to stop it. It's a really tough fight. Who to call? I'm not even going to try, man. I'm seriously not even going to try. It's one of those matchups. It's like, okay, this is a point where I think you really can't call a definite winner. Tough, man. Too tough to call a winner on that one. So I'm just going to leave that one alone. Main event, man. Cain Velasquez taking on Junior Dos Santos. I do believe Junior Dos Santos has really upped his game and done really good. And I kind of hope I'm a little bit more of a fan of Junior Dos Santos than I am Cain Velasquez. My respect for Cain Velasquez has gone through the friggin' roof. But I do still believe, you know, a lot of Cain fans out there are probably going to want to crush me for this or want to punch me for it or something. Or just diss me or whatever. But I do still believe that Kane's chin is susceptible. That's just my honest opinion. Junior Dos Santos has showed the warrior status and the beating he can take and keep coming, and keep sticking in with the fight. I don't believe that if Kane received that same beating, I don't believe he would have lasted. So, if Kane is not able to keep up the pace that he did in the second fight, he will get knocked out again. But I believe he'll be able to keep that pace and keep confusing Dos Santos. And I'm going to call it Cain Velasquez, but my own personal, I'm hoping Junior can get it. Because I don't have a problem seeing these guys fight. You know what I mean? First fight was good. Short, but good. And you can't even say first fight was good, really. I mean, I can't. It wasn't even a fight. It was, barely into the first round, and bam, done. So, second fight, it was a good battle, but it was one-sided. Kane couldn't knock him out. Kane could not knock him out. So that tells me that Kane's got some damn good striking, but Junior's got a damn good chin. So if they go strike for strike, and Junior's able to really capitalize and stay busy and stay fast, and he's got to work some wrestling, man. Junior Dos Santos has to work some wrestling in this fight and get Cain Velasquez on his back in order to really, I think, take it somewhere. If he doesn't, if he goes in there with a striker mentality and thinks, I'm going to knock him out again, like I did the first fight, I'm going to ignore the second fight, then we're seeing Junior Dos Santos get his ass whipped for another 5 rounds. Because you can't go in there with the lucky punch thought, thinking I can go in there and I'll get the lucky punch this time. I didn't last time, but I'll get it this time. You can't go in there thinking that. No. It's going to ruin your credibility. It's going to make you seem like a one-dimensional fighter. And so far, he's pretty one-dimensional. He's amazing with it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, hands down, man, Junior Dos Santos is a hell of a boxer. A hell of a boxer plus striker, in my opinion, His kicks have come around, I mean, so his last fight proved that, Head kick knockout. It was sweet, man. It was kick-ass. There's a lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit going on in the MMA world, though. I'm going to run down a little bit of news. Chad Mendes, just a quick little headline, nothing huge story, gives a ton of credit to Dwayne Ludwig. Dwayne Ludwig almost seems like a better trainer than a fighter. He's a great fighter, don't get me wrong, man. Great fighter, hell of a career, man. But almost seems like this guy is a hell of a trainer as well. So he gives him all the credit, for improved confidence, just overall improvement for Chad Mendes, which is kick-ass, man. I like to hear that. That's cool, man. Carlos Condit and Matt Brown are supposed to go at it. I think that's an interesting matchup because Matt Brown's the kind of guy that will just bring the pressure. And how's Carlos Condit going to handle that kind of pressure? You know what I mean? Is he able to? He's going to be able to get in there, land the right strikes, put him on his ass, finish him? I mean, who knows? I don't know, man, but that's an interesting matchup, man. And a really good, huge opportunity for Matt Brown. Carlos Condit going a little bit backwards fighting this guy, and it's like, hey, man, still a heck of a matchup because what is Brown on a 5 or 6 fight win streak? The guy's earned it. You know what I mean? At one point, I thought this guy was going to have a losing record. He was like 10-10, was just about ready to go 10-11, 11-10. I'm thinking, okay, this guy's still a bum. You know what I mean? And then here he is. What is he? 18-11 now or something? Sick ass streak against some good opponents. So the guy's got to be riding on a serious high. You know what I mean? And ready to go. I'm excited to see him get in there because damn well he's bringing top-notch wrestling. He's bringing great striking. He's kind of basically molded himself into a fighter the UFC totally wants to see and fans want to see. So it's exciting. Carlos Condit, I think, is top-notch too. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised seeing Carlos Condit. Win a decision. Am I going to say he's going to knock him out? I don't really know about that. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. So, it's a damn good possibility. Your boy, Josemar Paul Harris, he's cut and banned. It's over, dude. You're out of here. Josemar Paul Harris, fucking done, man. Off to Bellator you go, I guess, or wherever it is. MFC or EFP or RYG. I don't know, man. Personally, fucking, I don't mind seeing the guy go because it pisses me off because he's had a history. If you guys don't know about it, man, he just fought Mike Pierce over the last weekend. Or, excuse me, was it last Wednesday? Wednesday. Yeah. Held the submission way too long. Fucking ref is in there, okay? Stop. And he's still holding it. And it's like, dude, okay, come on. Man. He's been known for doing that. He's done an Abu Dhabi. All he's doing is fucking his career up. So, but I'm sure he'll get picked up somewhere. Yeah, he'll go somewhere. He'll do fine. He'll probably do really good because of, I believe the guy can stay in UFC and compete and probably do well for the remainder of his career. So if he goes somewhere else, a lesser promotion, he should probably do pretty damn well. I mean, he's a leg lock specialist, man. I mean, that's the guy's known for. So there's no taking that away from him, man. Jake Shields, he's ready, man. He's ready for another GSP fight. I think he's ready to get his ass kicked again. I have no problem seeing it. He's an odd fighter. He's got a weird way about him. It almost looks like, what kind of striking style is this? But it's not that bad, man. I think he's good. I think he's a good fighter. It just doesn't look like there's anything on his punches. And he's stylistically very weird. He can be really, really dangerous for certain guys and nothing for other guys. I mean, it's just, he's a horrible matchup for Jake Ellenberger. Which if that fight went longer, who knows? But it didn't, and he got fucking hammered. And he could be a horrible matchup for one guy, easy matchup for the other guy. And they, those two guys, one might beat another guy, and Jake might get his ass kicked by the loser. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get to. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's been cool. Good to see you guys. And I enjoy doing videos, so I probably will throw in a video here and there. And Tuesday, man, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Illegal Elbow Radio. MMA Aftermath will be along for the ride. And hopefully Justin, Statmaster J, this guy's got a memory like nobody else. Remembers all the friggin' stats, fighter information, all that stuff. So he's a great guy to have along. Just a kick-ass dude. So MMA Aftermath, J Brew, and Illegal Elbow Radio will be this Tuesday, talking about this card and other news that's going on. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, BlogTalkRadio.com. Search us, find us, and check it out, man. I'm sure you'll like it. And if you got a comment or something like that, email us or whatever, send us a message, call into the show, jump onto Facebook, jump in with MMA Aftermath on Facebook, or Illegal Elbow Radio on Facebook. So I'll see you next time.